Welcome to class. On today's edition, I will be teaching you on becoming an optimized leader. There is what we call the human optimization pyramid, and that pyramid actually states that out of about 7.5 billion persons on the earth today, 60% of individuals live unoptimized lives. It is true that they have values or they may have value of some sort, but that value remains at a static state or a potential state which adds no value to society or to others or to themselves. So it's considered as unoptimized. Again, it states that 35% out of that number are actually living partially optimized lives. By that, it will mean that they have a spark of value. It means they add value, but the value that they are adding, or this value that they add, is not consistently done or does not carry a measure of depth. Then there is the last sect of persons who are actually the 5% of individuals who live optimized lives. It will interest you to know that these 5% of individuals are those who are change makers. They have not only harnessed their potentials that lie within them, but have been able to communicate that into the betterment of society of some sort or degree. You would understand that reward and demand comes to only these top 5% of individuals. If it applies to human beings, how much more the space of leadership? Be it personal leadership, be it organizational leadership or business leadership or whatever space you may find yourself in. Now I will be sharing with you 4 degrees of intelligences that you must acquire if you must be amongst the top 5% of optimized individuals. The first being vision and foresight intelligence. It will interest you to know that vision is the picture of the end. Leaders exist to take people or take themselves and take people from where they currently are to where they need to be. A leader must understand and have firm grip over this vision. Don't forget, vision is the end picture of where he or the leader decides to go to. The second is foresighting. Whereas vision captures the end picture of where the people are going to or where the leader himself is going to, foresight handles the end picture and the planning process that takes you towards that desired goal. The things that you require around the subject of vision and foresight will stem along the lines of clarity of vision. The leader must first create that vision and clearly understand or define what that vision is. Again, he must be able to implement that vision. He must be able to implement that vision. The next is that you must be able also to transfer that vision. The reasons why leadership or leaders fail is because they may have been able to create their vision. They may have been able to implement that vision, but transference of vision, which makes for sustainability of a vision. So leaders need to transfer their vision. Don't forget, it is vision, now speaking, is the ability or to have a total picture of the end goal, a clear picture of the end goal. Foresight is having the same picture of the end goal, but yet planning and preparing towards that future. The next degree of intelligence that you require is value intelligence, which speaks expressly to solving problems. A person is considered, or a leader, for instance, is considered a person of value when he offers one skill or the other, or offers solutions to those that he is leading and to the community, the niche, the space that he has found himself in. It is important that as an emerging leader or a leader who is finding yourself in any space where you are, you must first identify the challenges predominant in your space, in your niche, and begin to develop skills that help to prefer solutions. We have people in the 60% degree, we have people in the 35% degree, and the thing common amongst this is that there's something wrong with their value proposition. The third degree of intelligence that you require as a leader is what we describe to be executive intelligence. This speaks to administrations. You see, when you take a strong look at organizations that are thriving, you observe that they have some measure of executive order, some level of executive protocols that they follow towards obtaining the task that they desire. So an organization or a leader sets a goal, sets a target. It must be met, systems and structures. For instance, delegation. For instance, effective communication to the members or to the team. There are several systems or employee engagement, as some would describe it, or whatever systems we put in place to ensure the success of tasks, to ensure the success of goals that have been laid down by an individual and the organization, including goal settings. So this put together, this understood, this held firmly will put you at the top 5% of your field, whatever it may be. The fourth degree and level of intelligence that you require as an emerging leader for success and to be amongst the top 5% in your field, those who are optimized, I give to you emotional intelligence. It's no news that as you rise the level of leadership, as you progress and grow even in age, that pressures come. You are faced with several pressures, several things that may seem to be depressing for you as a leader or as an individual. Now, you require a strong grip of emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? It is defined as an identification and understanding of your emotions, your feelings, that of others, and that of your environment as well. Any leader requires emotional intelligence, especially in this 21st century and these times where things are becoming depressing for some persons. It is important and crucial that you have a firm grip of your emotions. A leader who's going to be attracting the trust of his people will be a leader who is stable in his emotions. The ability again to identify, to understand, and to manage your feelings, that of others, and your environment. That makes you an emotionally intelligent leader or individual. So what are the things that you require? The things that you require for emotional intelligence. Number one is mind leadership. Your mind and perspective have to be adjusted as regards what you think about pressure. Pressure is the reason why many leaders have not lasted in what they do. Pressure or an inability of leaders to handle pressure is why they have fizzled out, they have fallen out of their glory as leaders. A leader whose perspectives to pressure is seen as a stepping stone and not a setback for you, it attracts to you dependability of your people. The people are willing to depend on you. They are willing to trust you because your mind has been shifted. They see you embody it as someone who is emotionally stable. Your mind says, this is how we handle pressure. We do not run around. We are calm in the midst of the storms. A leader who speaks and expresses such is a leader who will be in high demand. The second thing is empathy. The ability not just to have compassion for people, but to put yourself in people's places. Some people will call it putting yourself in the shoe of others. Understanding that these people are acting or saying the things that they're saying because of the predominant circumstances surrounding them at the time. So empathy makes you to be calm, to understand people. The next thing that you would require for stability of emotions is understanding yourself. We call it self-awareness. Knowing and identifying what your triggers may be. Avoiding those environments that trigger negative responses in you. You must be able to identify what triggers negative responses from you as a leader and try as much as possible to see how you can work on it. The moment that you identify your triggers, then you begin to develop yourselves towards better efficiency at handling and managing those things. The next thing is self-regulation. You must understand that each time that pressure comes, let it be established within you that your first action will not be to behave rashly. Ensure by all means possible that your actions towards responses must be predictable. Regulation of self comes in to give you predictability of results. The moment that you have or come in contact with challenges, there has to be something. What do you do? Some leaders will propose that you write it down first. Secondly, what can be done will be to allow it for a time. Extract yourself from the challenges and look at it critically from a far or distant point of view so that you can best handle these challenges. The last will be social skills. A leader who will be emotionally intelligent has to understand social skills, relationship skills, the ability to relate with people. You do not want to spend your time building profitable relationships only to lose them on the basis or frequency of a wrong response that you gave. You must value people. Your social network and skills must be chosen carefully. As I end my thoughts in this class today, I would love to do a recap on the 4 degrees of intelligences that you must have. The first being vision and foresight intelligence. The second being value intelligence. The third being executive intelligence. And the fourth being emotional intelligence. If you have all these put together as a leader, you will be not just highly sought after, but you will be the leader that people can trust and depend on. Thank you.